First off, let me ask you guys a question. Do you love eating? I bet 95% of you will answer yes. The rest 5% who answers no, probably just because they finished a great feast. You also might have already realized that more and more news reports are talking about the safety of foods, especially about the genetically modified food, a recently developed food area. There are lots of discussions and debates on this region as well, which we should be paying more attention. Since so many of you love eating, focusing more on what to eat is going to be extremely important. This involves how to make the diet healthy, how to balance nutritional needs, etc. The role of GM food on our table is becoming very essential since it's cheap and guarantees a huge amount of supply. The topic I will talk about today, genetically modified food, can give you a better clue about what it is and a general idea of the opinion on this these days. In this speech, I would like to talk about genetically modified food, one of the most controversial revolutions in food area of all times. This speech will be separated into two parts. First, I will discuss what GM food are and some events about GM foods. Second, I will talk about some effects and arguments that come from those actions. So firstly, we need to know the definition of GM foods. Genetically modified foods are foods produced from organisms that have specific changes introduced in their DNA using the method of genetic engineering. Scientists first discovered that DNA can transfer between organisms in 1946. The first genetically modified plants were produced in 1983 using an antibiotic-resistant tobacco plant. After knowing the fact that 80 arc-filled in organ was being used to grow unapproved genetically modified wheat, Japan, the largest market for U.S. wheat exports, has decided to stop purchasing from the United States, which include a cancellation of a major purchase of white wheat. Complaints are filed by many food safety advocates and environment groups, including WHO. According to them, in order to make sure the safety of humans, more tests should be done. In addition, some more concerns occurred that herbicides might be used more frequently, which will lead to the fact that wheat is more resistant to those herbicides.